When someone visits your site, you want to influence a certain percentage of them to click on your ads. So if you get 100 people, you want, maybe 1 to 3% of those people to click on your ads. And that's a pretty standard, that's what I would aim for, just basically 1 to 3 people for every 100 people that visit your website. And that's kind of a good number to shoot for whenever you start. The question is, how do you do this? One way is through color matching. So you would have this pink title and you'd have your ads pink as well. So these are ads, these are link ads, and this is a side ad, it's a text ad. The important thing about this is that it doesn't look like you're just throwing something up on your site that doesn't belong there. It fits with the website, it feels like it's a part of it, and it just matches it better. If you had a contrasting site like green, this actually may work better. It's just something that you have to test, but generally I've found if you match it, it works better. But Google recommends you also test that you use, contrasting colors. So you could try blue in there, and sometimes that will get you a higher click-through rate. So you just have to test it. You can either run one for a certain amount of time, and then after that's done, you can run a different set. Or Google has a option that you can create an experiment in Google AdSense, and you would just test one against the other. So you can do it either way. The next thing that you want to look at is what size should you use for your website. You can use this kind of website, this kind of size, or you can get one that is even wider. And it depends on your website which one will work better. Some will have a higher click-through rate, some will have a lower. Another one is the 728 by 90. That's the longer one that you often see. Or you can do ones that are more square, like these. Google lists which ones get the highest click-through rate, and this one gets near the top of the click-through rate, and this one gets near the top of the click-through rate. That's standard across all websites. So if you can fit these in the top, that's probably going to get you the highest click-through rate. One other thing that you want to know about your click-through rate is that it's going to affect the user experience to a certain degree. So you need to weigh that off and decide which one is more important for you. If you're looking to build a long-term audience, you may want to be a little bit less aggressive with the ads. But at the end of the day, you need to make money too. Otherwise, you can't afford to be doing it, and there's no point on running AdSense. So you have to post them aggressively enough to make money, and try not to be too aggressive that it's just super annoying. And another part of all of this is just always experiment. The thing about placement is, I could try this over here. I can almost guarantee that I can guarantee that it'll make less money if I put it in the widget bar. But you generally want to experiment all the time. For example, this one just has an ad at the top and the bottom. You might want to try putting an ad at the top and the middle instead of one at the bottom. Or you might want to try a different size. So this looks like it's a 336 by 280. You might want to try a smaller one, maybe a 300 by 250 ad. So you could try different sizes. Another thing I could try doing is try putting one that's wider and thinner at the top and see how the clicks go for that as well. One other thing that you need to be paying attention of for the click-through rate is, are the users on mobile or are they on desktop? Because that can affect how you place the ads as well. If they're almost all on mobile, you won't want huge ads that don't fit on a mobile site or that aren't going to be in their sightline whenever they visit the site. So with this one, I know what will happen whenever somebody visits on a mobile. It will show this at the top very quickly, but it'll show the ad right at the top as well. So it's not, if this ad was over here, it would show it after the bottom of the page, basically. It would just basically be almost useless because no one would see it to even get the opportunity to click on it. So these are just a few things. I would aim for 1 to 3% on your click-through rate whenever you're starting, and just keep that in mind. It's not the way that click-through rate is counted, it's not counted per visitor. It's counted per page view that they go. So let's just say I just landed on this web page here. So this would be my first page view, and this would be my second page view. So this would be my second page view, and this would count as two. So if I clicked on an ad right now, and I was the only person to visit this page, you'd have a one click per two page views. That would be a 50% click-through rate, which is not going to happen, but just an example. That's how it is calculated.